friends. Luna the Zen Witch here. I apologize for the way I look and sound right now. I have a virus, and no, not that virus. My husband and I, actually, my whole family has gotten this respiratory virus. We're working it out, but I've been sick. This is day 12 now, and it sucks. But I wanted to take some time and look at a chart with you because of what's going on. Did you ever think you'd be living through such times? I mean, I did a million times because I have anxiety head and it's my superpower. But in real practical terms of what it would feel like to be living through something like this, I never got that far. Um, and in a little bit, I'll tell you what we're doing. But I wanted to look at this chart with you and ignore the houses because that's, a local, that's pinned to locality and time. And I just want to look at the planetary positions, particularly over here. Sorry, I'll try not to cough in your ear. Particularly here, Saturn at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Now, 29 degrees of any sign is called a critical degree, and that's because things tend to come to a culminating place before they move into the next sign. Saturn represents structure. It's the structure of everything, the structure of businesses. I mean, Capricorn does rule business and hierarchical things, executives and executive decisions and things like that, but it generally rules structure. So the structure of our society, the structure of our government. It also rules dogma and tradition and the way we've always done things. So Saturn's call is to let's do things the same way we've always done it because it's tradition. And Saturn is in Capricorn in its own sign. So we are looking at the culmination of the way things are structured and the tradition of the way we do things. And we are getting ready for its transit into Aquarius on March 22nd. Now, each sign, when you walk through the zodiac, there's a way you can look at the signs in which each sign is kind of the opposite of the one before it in some way or another. So Saturn being tradition and structure and delay and karma. Saturn is the lord of karma. Saturn says you have to pay for what you take. Okay. And you do get a choice with Saturn. Your choice is to delay or to deny. The good choice is to take responsibility and pay up. Okay, that's karma. It brings the bill due. Um, when Saturn, the Lord of Karma, moves into Aquarius, structures break down. So Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and the action of Uranus, which means Saturn is now coming under the rulership of Uranus. It's under its own rulership right now, but it's going to be coming under the rulership of Uranus. And Uranus's action is sudden, explosive, revolutionary, unexpected. Uranus and Aquarius also rule computers, technology, science, humanitarian endeavors. Humanitarian, the greater good. So we have the Lord of Karma moving from the sign that rules the old way, the patriarchal way, the traditional way, the restrictive way, ready to go under the rulership of the Awakener, Uranus the Awakener. You know that card, the Tower? That's Uranus and Aquarius. So we see the structure of the Tower, which is Capricorn and Saturn, being struck by lightning. That is the action of Uranus. We're going through it right now at this critical degree. Our structures are being lightning struck. The way we go about our daily business has just been hit by a bolt out of the blue. Not out of the blue. We saw it coming. And the response here has been what? Delayed. Saturn also rules inadequacy. It's been delayed and inadequate and not enough. So we come under the rulership of Uranus, and it's time for a harsh awakening. And an awakening that will serve the greater good, an awakening for the benefit of humanity in general. So we've got what, more than a week now before it goes into Aquarius, and things are already getting massively restructured. Universities that have canceled face to face classes, and all of the professors in my little town are scrambling. They had 5 days to convert their classes to online classes. And now our university has canceled the rest of spring semester, or canceled online classes. Originally, they said until March 30th. Now they've canceled on face-to-face classes. Did I say online? I meant face-to-face. They've canceled face-to-face classes until the end of the semester, so through spring semester. Um, we're watching, these things now. I'm seeing that Comcast has said it's offering a free 60-day essential internet package for low income customers. We're seeing now they're rolling out. We've had a national emergency declared with Saturn at a critical degree of Capricorn. There's a national emergency. It's stunning. That drive-through testing is going to be available right there. There's a technological advancement in the way testing is going to be done, and trying to make it available to as many people as possible. We got a commitment yesterday from someone from the CDC saying that testing will be available to all, regardless of who can pay and who has insurance. We're also dealing with Pluto at 24 degrees of Capricorn. Pluto is dominance. Pluto is the plutocracy that we live with in the world, and especially in this country. And Saturn has blown past it and is going to hit Aquarius long before Pluto does. I don't remember exactly when Pluto moves, but it's going to be a while. Let's find out. Okay, let me put my Facebook down here. Okay. Let's animate this and look at it by months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be a while. I think we might have. And I'm going to have to click back out of this, so be patient with me here, as I'm not going to edit this. All right, there we go. Pluto, not until 2023 does Pluto move out of Capricorn. So we've got a while now where we're still going to be suffering through this plutocracy and this old way of thinking and this refusal to move forward. They're not going to have that luxury. I don't think they're going to have that luxury for long. When Saturn hits Aquarius, the bells are going to be tolling, Hopefully, Pluto not leaving until 2023 doesn't bode well for the election. I am so glad this is happening before our election here, because it really is exposing a lot of things that need to be exposed to his base. His base is composed of an awful lot of the people that are going to take this hit the hardest. And unfortunately, they are still going to be watching Fox News, which is telling them now that China did this on purpose to take us down, and that, they're blaming everybody, as they do. So who knows whether the base will be wakened up, but hopefully enough will that it will make a difference. So, we've still got that dominance in Capricorn, that ruthlessness. But we also have Jupiter advancing on Pluto, and that's going to bring the mass media to bear here. Jupiter rules the mass media, and this mass media coverage of every step they're taking is, it's still prone to spin, but at least it's being revealed. And as Jupiter moves up here, let's go back to, let's take a look at the next couple of weeks. Jupiter just in a week is going to be conjuncting that Pluto, as is Mars. So action. Mars rules action. And it also rules medicine. It also rules Scorpio. So maybe we get to see more secrets revealed here. Lordy Lord, is this something else? Interesting that Mercury is also is coming to the end of Aquarius right now. And look at the role that the internet has played in all of this and the spread of information and people knowing what to do even before our government got their shit together. Um, and now I'm seeing things like um, people on Facebook talking about how you can support local businesses. I have a friend whose family owns a music business, and she said this may bankrupt their business, and so they're looking at Skype music lessons. And again, technology coming to the rescue here. So I saw something shared on Facebook about here's how you can support local businesses if you have restaurants or things. Go online and buy gift certificates just to give them some income to work with for the foreseeable future. And hopefully, people that have that kind of money will put that money to use. My opinion, with Mars barreling in on this situation, we need to shake down the fucking military industrial complex in this country for the trillions of dollars that it gets out of us every single fucking year from our taxes. It takes the biggest bite. I mean, not even comparable to anything else that we pay for in our society. And it is time to shake down that military because having declared a national emergency, this is where the military money needs to go. Now, unfortunately, this could also be a great excuse to declare martial law. You know, if things devolve into violence or into God knows what they could devolve into, I don't know. But, there's that danger as well. Um, I would just say it's time for us individually to reach out in the non face-to-face ways we can, reach out through technology, support each other in any way we can, people that do have resources. Think about people around you that may not have resources. Think about schools closing and the children that have no place to go because their parents are working two jobs, and the parents that depend on school lunches and free lunches for their children so their children can eat. Our local food bank is putting a call out because their donations are down because people are hanging on to their food resources. So please, if you can, here we go. If you have the wherewithal, help who you can help in any way you can. Think about the people who can't help themselves at this point. And when my son and I went to the grocery store yesterday, so here we go into what we're doing during this crisis. Fortunately, I consider myself privileged now to be dependent on Social Security because our paychecks will arrive. And I'm thinking about all the people whose won't. And we went to the store, in masks with bleach wipe in hand. Everything I touched that somebody else was going to touch, I had a bleach wipe between me and it. But I'm looking at these people stocking the shelves and going, blessings and protection on those people, because the people that have a lot of money are going in and wiping out those shelves. The store that we go to is a place where people that aren't real rich shop. And the shelves aren't wiped out because poor people can't afford to do that. They still have to go out and get their supplies a week at a time as their money comes in. So, as this crisis unfolds, pray to God that the young people that work in these businesses can continue to stay healthy and go to work so that people can still get the things that they need. But again, if you can help anybody that needs help right now, please do that. One of the other things that we're doing, just because we're hit in the chest, and my husband and I are both at risk. We are in our 60s, so that's a risk category. He has had pneumonia several times, so he's at high risk for any kind of respiratory illness. I have an autoimmune condition. I am at risk because of that. So, we're hanging out at high risk here. So I bring to bear all of my herbal knowledge, all of my common sense stuff. And what has risen to number one on my list right now is the good old spice cabinet, culinary spice, thyme, THYME. All right. You can buy it in the grocery store, in the spices. You don't even have to go to a health food store. If you can get it from a health food store or a co-op, though, get organic. You might better get a better quality, but you can use regular old spice cabinet thyme that you probably already have. 2 teaspoons of that. Put it in a cup, pour over boiling water. And actually, if you're not sick, you can just use 1 teaspoon. It doesn't have to be at this high medicinal level. It is antibacterial, it is antiviral, antifungal. It's an expectorant, which means it clears mucus out of the lungs. It's an antispasmodic, which means it will calm an unproductive cough. It's good for asthma. It supports your liver. It can heal digestive problems. Thymol is the volatile oil in it. That is the main ingredient in Listerine. And I have a dear friend who used to be my doctor until she moved out of state. She told me when she was in medical school, they did this experiment and they had all these Petri dishes, and they put like all kinds of bacteria in them, strep and staph and, regular old garden variety bacteria of all kinds in these dishes. And then they treated one with bleach and they treated one with alcohol and they treated one with, I don't know what else, neosporin, who knows, I don't know what. And the only dish in which everything was killed, wiped out, was the dish with Listerine. So, Listerine as a gargle, but thymol is the key there. That is the volatile oil in thyme. And it is medicinally effective as a tea, because you don't want to get the essential oil. You do not want to ingest the essential oil. Even making a tea with 2 teaspoons, a good strong tea with it, made my tummy hurt before I ate breakfast. So it's very strong. It's very effective. I know that this has been an icky lung thing, and I've had a bunch of really gross shit coming out of my chest. And after I purged like the first bout of it, yesterday, I was like coughing and coughing, and I had that rattle, and I couldn't get it to come out. I made some of this tea. I'm talking it out right now. I made some of this tea and drank it, and within 10 minutes, I cleared out the stuff that wouldn't move through the day. So it is very, very effective at supporting the lungs. What it does is make the cilia, the little hairs that are in your tubes, it makes the cilia move and push out the mucus. And again today, I was kind of, because I don't have a lot left in my lungs, I'm it's hard to cough it out. Again, coughing, not getting anywhere. Drank the tea, within 10 minutes, stuff came out. So I am hopeful. I mean, we still feel sick. This is day 12 for me, and I still feel sick. So, I'm really thankful that I have the resources that I have. And my doctor friend, I posted this on Facebook, and my doctor friend chimed in and said, yes, she has found Listerine effective at killing viruses at her office. And so if you're going to go and stock up on something, thyme, Listerine. I don't understand the toilet paper thing. Do people not know that asses are washable? Holy shit, you guys. Wash your ass. What do you think people did before we had toilet paper? It just blows my mind. And the other one is bottled water. It comes out of your tap. The lack of common sense to think about what is the nature of what's happening and what is unfolding and what am I going to need is just mind-blowing. We've been on keto here for a couple of years, and we are effectively off keto now because we're going into, long-term food supplies. So we went out and bought a 40-pound bag of rice today. I have a bunch of dried beans, and, that's going to be like the emergency supplies. Fortunately, my local meat market, which is local, it's all locally farmed meat. I can order online. I'm going to pick up an order tomorrow. I am going to buy a lot of frozen vegetables, so I don't have to keep going out for fresh. If we have to kiss salads goodbye for a little while, we will. But at least we'll have vegetables that we'll keep for a while. What else? That's pretty much it. And thank God, because of when I was taking care of my mother, and we had meals delivered for her. I've got a crap ton of dried milk, and I've been thinking, what am I ever going to do with this? Well, if we need it, it's there. I also have like 10 pounds of flour, and I have yeast, and I have a bread machine. So I hate to go back to eating grains because they hurt both me and my husband. They really hurt our joints. But if we have to go into emergency mode, we will have that to fall back on. I also really feel bad for people that don't cook. People that work a lot and depend on fast food and picking up food from restaurants and things. I really feel for them. Although I think there's going to be hot business opportunities for, Grubhub and people delivering food. And hopefully those restaurants will have protocols in place so that their employees are kept safe. And that, they can step up that end of their businesses to serve people that don't know how to cook. I mean, and again, this is going to bring into sharp focus the things that we need to do moving forward, the things that people need to do to take care of themselves in the best way possible. Learn how to fucking cook. Seriously. It ain't that hard. There's lots of videos. So, so that's what we're doing. Those are the things that we're doing. I have shit tons of vitamin C because I have to take it every day anyway because of the hydrocortisone that I take. Makes your blood vessels leaky, and vitamin C tightens them back up again. So I have a lot of vitamin C. I tried to order some online and it was all sold out. And I might send my son into Walgreens because he's healthy now and masked and bleach wiped and everything, to see if anything is left on their shelves, but I doubt that it is. So I'll just have to use the supplies that I have. It's crazy. We're also taking garlic and oregano oil capsules daily. Those are also antibacterial and will support the immune system. Oregano oil in particular is very strong. Don't take it as a essential oil. Take it, straight because it's hot. It will burn your face off. Capsules, if you take it. There are a lot of things that you can do to support your immune system. And then there are the externals. Please don't just go hang out with people. You've seen it all, and I know you have common sense. The one thing that I trust with witches is that you can almost always rely on a basis of common sense, although I've met some pretty stupid ones in my life. Sad to say. But, it's true. So anyway, I would be very interested in hearing your comments of what you're doing and what your thoughts are and what you're having to deal with in your area. I thought about live streaming today, but I may do that tomorrow because fuck, everybody's home. Usually I live stream and there's nobody there to watch it. But in the coming days, I think live streaming might be a lot of fun. It all depends on my energy because just sitting up like this now, I'm starting to sweat. So it's going to be time for me to lie back down. We're going to be okay. I hope you're going to be okay. Put your thoughts towards this Saturn going into Aquarius and what that means for us. And also, Uranus, that is ruling that Saturn right now, is sitting in Taurus, which is eminently practical. Taurus deals with food. Taurus deals with anything you can put your hand to. Money, supplies, physical things, your possessions, and your values. So that Uranus ruling over Saturn is saying everything has got to be, this humanitarian push has got to be on the grassroots ground level. It's got to deal with people being able to eat, people having the supplies that they need, people having everything practical that you can put your hand to, and anything that anybody can do to help the people that don't have those things. Bless you. Bless you. So, thank you for watching. Hang in there, everybody. We will get through this, and the guarantee is we will come out the other side changed. There is no doubt about it. The change is happening now. May it be for the highest good. May it be for all of humanity equally. And may the ruthless, the patriarchal, the top-down, the money hoarders, the walls that have been built and are being built, may they all come tumbling down. Thanks, everybody. Fuck. This is the Zen Witch. I'm looking for my record button so I can shut it off. This has been the Zen Witch. I love you all. Blessed be.